The Truckee River Murder House sits off the desert's beaten path. It gets its name from the gruesome acts that were committed back in 1940. A hitchhiker passing by approached the house around midnight, invited himself inside, and slaughtered a family of 5. 3 children died that night, and it's said if you come here after dark, they'll try and get your attention by throwing things and even manifesting themselves before your very eyes. To this day, the suspect was never caught, and the souls here remain very unsettled.
Alright, it is late and behind me right here we are investigating the Truckee River House. I'm here with Michael from Glow and Ghost Paranormal. You literally can't see you at all, it's so dark right now. We're also joined today with Patrick from the Haunted Side, which
hey.
I'm sure most people do know all already. But Patrick was kind enough to bring us to this super creepy house.
I don't know if that's necessarily kind of
Well,
me. It's like, hey guys, you want to go to this really creepy house where a family was possibly murdered?
We just done a live over on the Haunted Side channel, and that really did stir up activity. We had a few voices come through the spirit portal that were very on point to what we're doing here tonight, and also a couple of shadow figures. We believe that there is a young female in this building with us right now. Elisa is her name. That was basically just the warm-up though. Now activity is really starting to kick up. I'm excited. I'm so excited to really...
This house never lets you down. Like there's always something crazy that happens.
Right when I walked in, it said knock.
Knock?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts.
We have to really watch out here, because as you can see, the floorboards, just one footstep
I'm telling
in the
you.
wrong place, you're going through there.
When we first came out here, this was the only one that was gone. And now these 2 are gone. This one's about to come off.
Activity is definitely already happening. We were outside, Michael was shooting his intro video, and we kind of went out there to like go get him, to be like, come on, let's start the investigation. And as we turn around and we start walking in through the doorway, Patrick's backpack just literally flies.
That was here. It was definitely set like that. And when we came in, it was on the ground right here.
Yeah, I'm really bummed that I missed that, but Michael caught it. So go ahead over to Glow and Ghost Paranormal and check it out on his channel. What do you see?
Something moved behind you guys outside the door. Outside the window, I mean.
Like a shadow?
Yeah. Right to left.
Let's go out here.
That scared the hell out of you too.
I don't think I've ever like ran like that.
She
was
ran
like,
behind.
I ran behind you. I've never ran behind you before. No, but because that was like, that was,
It was loud.
forceful.
Yeah.
That was definitely forceful.
Well, I was telling him earlier, we were walking back to get soda. That middle branch from the tree, I don't know what it was, but I saw something. It was like a tall shadow just kind of leap over it. And you've seen shadows out here a lot before.
Yep, I saw a huge gray figure that looked like it had horns, and it was like 14, 15 feet tall. It was massive, but super skinny.
So let's do a walk around of this place. This area right here, where Patrick is right now, in this like little hole, in one of Patrick's episodes, he actually captured a little hand poke out of this hole.
We didn't, and the craziest part is that we didn't even notice it. We didn't know that it happened. I was literally filming, walking around that corner that behind you. Jason was behind me, and we just kind of walking. I was talking to him, wasn't looking at the screen, and then when I reviewed the footage, I see like this white arm with a hand, and then it just
Reaching out
as soon as like in the camera was kind of out of focus, but as soon as it kind of sharpened up, it was like it kind of just closed his fingers and just went back in. And what's crazy too, and a lot of people are like, oh, it could be an animal, could be an animal. If you look down here, there's like a window seal, and then a drop that's like 5 feet down to that basement floor.
That was like my first thought is we have already been down there during the day and things like that into the basement, and I did kind of notice that. I was like, that's really high up for somebody to put their arm out. Look at all these nails as well, like. That's creepy. Oh, Michael's over there. So Patrick, you've also had things.
There's another knock in here.
I thought that was you.
No, I was up here.
I didn't hear it.
I heard it, and remember, I literally just said, "Oh, Michael's over there," because I thought that.
Shit. Yeah.
That's why I said that.
That wasn't you then?
No,
And it
I
was from-
I was on the other side of the house. I was walking around, and right when I got to here is when I heard it.
A knock
It
from
sounded
inside
like
the house.
inside, yeah.
It's weird because it's like these things are happening when we're standing outside.
Well, that's exactly what happens too. Because I've done investigations, like full filmings here. I've done live streams here, everything. Probably 20 filmings out here now. And that's what happened, is those things will get really intense inside. And then when you go inside, it's almost like then it's whatever's out here that just circles the house and messes with whatever's in there. So it's like a battle back and forth.
Can you make that noise again? Can you throw something over again? Can you knock something over?
I heard something answer that.
I thought I heard a voice too.
I heard something answer
It was
that.
a
Didn't sound like it was
young-
here. It sounded like it was over here.
Did you hear that?
No, what did you hear?
I heard it was like that jingling noise. It sounded like chains almost. Okay.
Okay. What's crazy too is look, the GS2. So blue is just ice cold, and yes, it's pointing outside where it is cold, but it gets a baseline first. So when it got a baseline, the temperature has dropped like more than 10 degrees for it to actually light that up like that.
I want to see the hand that you guys saw.
I know. I need to show you in the live stream where it came out of the stone wall in here, right behind my mom.
And
Did you
was
hear that?
Listen. Inside.
It was inside. Yeah. Did you hear that? Something moved. Me. Here, I'm gonna see if it's an animal. So if it's an animal or a rat, if something like that happens, you're gonna hear him scurry.
Yeah.
And I did not hear anything scurry.
Who's down there? Can you make another noise for us? So the spirit portal is still on. Can we come in?
Knock, knock.
Another thing that has been happening here, mainly Patrick's equipment, but it has been turning off by itself. It's not happened to any of our equipment yet, but
And it always happens out here.
yeah.
Every single time I have like multiple pieces of equipment that I know are charged, because I come out here specifically knowing that.
Okay, what?
So now it has a baseline.
Okay, I was like, and what does that
And
mean?
that's weird as hell.
No,
it's
showing
saying
up something.
Oh.
saying that something
Something's
super hot walked up and now dissipated back and now cold.
Wow.
Did you
like
guys see that?
freezing,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Can you walk up to this device again for us?
And look, I'll show you. So like I have, I have a heat signature to me.
Yeah.
That's me. So it looked like something came up like this and then just vanished. Ooh, dizzy. Did it follow me? And then dissipate.
Disappears.
Yeah.
One time you said that there was somebody buried in the wall. Is that true? If so, that would be horrifying.
I'm feeling really sick and like hot. Does anybody else feel sick? Like I just got really, really nauseous.
Not right now, but
I felt, what's funny, actually, a few minutes ago when I was standing almost right where you're standing, when I came back in from setting that down, I kind of almost fell over because I
Yeah.
got like a wave of dizzy right there.
We're gonna keep an eye on this right here.
Did it go back to, or it looks like it's all blue. Is it all blue?
It's going blue and look, it's going red again. Hold on, stay where you are. Yeah. Oh. And it's like flashing again.
I'm telling you, this shit is so weird.
Yeah, I feel really, really dizzy here. Really, really dizzy. Let me drink some more. Hold on. Okay. We're out of the house. Can you throw something in there for us? Do you want us to leave?
Or do you need help? Jesus Christ. It felt like I
Got tripped? Got tripped?
like if somebody was like kneeling over right there, like bending over right there, it felt like I ran into someone.
Your ovulus. What was that about? Your ovulus just turned off and then it said ovulus
off
again.
and then ovulus.
And it didn't even say on or off.
No, it just said ovulus.
So it's turned off again.
And then just turned itself back on, but just said a word.
Ovulus.
Why does it keep doing that?
Ovulus.
That's creepy.
That's weird.
If there's something there,
Ovulus.
if you're there doing that, can you please touch that antenna right there?
Yeah, touch the antenna behind it.
Oh, and this is red as well. Like there's something standing right there.
Oh yeah, the GS2 is all
And it's
red.
moving, yeah.
It's so weird because it's cooled off.
Ovulus.
Why does it keep saying just ovulus?
Because I think it just likes messing with equipment. Like,
It might be. Okay, we're gonna walk around the building. You want to come and talk to me
Ovulus.
again?
yeah.
God, that's horrifying.
So this is the well.
Yeah, this is the. I have no idea how far down it goes.
Why don't you throw a rock down there?
Throw a rock?
Yeah. Imagine if it got thrown back up.
Yeah. For real.
Oh,
Oh, that scared me. That was my K2 falling out. Just got caught up in the sagebrush.
yeah. Can you throw us that rock back?
If it comes flying out, that's on you.
Yeah, that's
Is that
pretty
where you saw
scary.
it?
I am. I heard I am. What are you? That sounded like it said ghost.
I thought
It
so.
totally sounded like it said ghost.
This is just getting frustrating now because my camera has now turned off by itself twice. The fact that Patrick's equipment has been turning off by itself, now my camera's starting to turn off by itself. Michael, we just need something of yours to turn off by itself. It's pretty crazy though. I've not had that happen to me in a very long time. Batteries draining and things like that. Patrick's device that he thought that the batteries were probably dead on because it was acting weird. We tested the batteries and they were totally fine. So it's definitely something trying to manipulate the devices for sure. Let's go around to the back. Are you gonna follow us down to the basement?
Show everybody all of these backpacks.
Yeah.
Everything. Like there's nothing that looks like it wants to fall down. Like it all looks pretty safe.
Should we leave like a trigger object to maybe knock over? A flashlight? This
Yeah.
is pretty heavy though.
Yeah, we'll hear it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put this flashlight right here on the edge so you don't need too much.
Flashing again.
Oh, so it is. I feel like your flashlight just turned off for like a split second.
Really?
Yeah. We're gonna leave this flashlight right here. And if you have enough force, go ahead and knock it over for us, okay? How you doing over
Filming
here?
out here before, I heard some weird noise and I also saw what looked like a shadow like move behind
The
that
tree.
tree. Like step from here and step behind.
What's that? Like a shell from a shotgun? That's fun.
What was that? What was that?
Did
I
you?
heard something.
Something was thrown.
I heard something
was
move.
thrown. Let's go back in there.
I heard save save him. Well, did you hear that? It sounded like save him.
Okay, let's go back into that house because we just set up a flashlight and we asked it to throw it. So yeah, it's literally like every single time we leave.
But did you hear what I heard? I heard something like go bah.
Yeah.
Like I heard something lead up to a knock. in
Something
there.
was definitely thrown in there, so...
I heard something be thrown.
What was
I
that
don't know what it
noise?
was.
No, I don't want to go up that way. I'll go around. I'll go around the front way. By myself. What's going on over there?
I don't know. There was like a weird. What the?
It's a rave.
My flashlight doesn't do this. It doesn't. This flashlight doesn't strobe.
What?
It does 3 different things. Like that. This flashlight does not strobe.
What?
I swear. I
Okay.
swear to God, this flashlight has never done that before.
But you know what's really, really weird about that though is the flashlight. We left the flashlight in there, and didn't I say when we were in there, I thought that your flashlight just turned off for a second?
Yeah, you did say that.
And we asked it.
The flashlight is still there.
The flashlight's still there. Okay, so then what? Okay, let's go in and we'll see if.
It sounded to me like it sounded like a rock being.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah, whatever it was sounded like there was definitely force behind it.
I mean, there's rocks everywhere, but
It just sounded like forceful.
yeah.
We might have to
And
go.
what's crazy too, guys, is that there's no roof on that side, and there is a roof because we were walking this way, and there's nothing but roof right here.
Yeah.
What could that have been?
So something had to come from in here or from over there.
I for sure thought that that was the flashlight.
If the flashlight had fell, that would have been.
Whatever it is, it's following us.
Yeah,
I was-
you can see it flashing behind you.
Yeah. Did you want?
Bright blue? Bright blue.
Did you want us to come back in here?
Oh, it's gone red.
Did you hear the whisper before you started talking that sounded like it was from behind you?
No, I didn't hear that.
I definitely
I was hearing whispers earlier when I was out there by myself when I was filming like my intro. I was hearing whispering coming from like the perimeter.
So if you're the little girl spirit, you don't have to be afraid. I've been out here before. I've talked to you before. Because there were people that got the vibe that she was like really terrified, like because.
Oh, that was me. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
There it goes.
I'm sorry. I just got like a little bit dizzy there for a second.
That because of how she died so traumatically and so quickly, that she's like stuck in this fear loop of just like anything that happens in here, she thinks it's that happening again, or she's reliving just opening a door and getting, bludgeoned to death.
But why do you think that the activity is happening like every single time we leave? Like why do you think that is? Do you think it wants us to come back, or do
Maybe-
you think it wants us to leave?
I don't know. Maybe it's something. Well, it could be 2 things, or it could be a ton of different things. But it could be like something in here that is scared or lonely and wants us to come back, or it could be something on the outside trying to draw us back in because this is where it feeds off of.
Yeah.
Or this is where its prey is.
My camera just went off for a 3rd time. So whatever is here is really trying to mess with me right now. And at the same time, it sounded like my name came through the spirit portal. This is fun.
Flashlight's dead.
Your flashlight's dead? That was the one that was like flashing that.
Yeah,
didn't
they
flash.
never. Oh wait, no. Okay, no, it's not dead. It just didn't want to turn on.
That's what keeps happening though. It's like equipment keeps shutting off. Maybe the battery's dead, and then we check, and it's actually not, and it just comes back on like nothing ever even happens. So.
AVP session, Truckee of Murder House in the main room. My name's Patrick. Can you come up and tell me what your name is, please?
My name is Jade, and this is Michael over here. Is it okay if we're here in your home?
Can you tell us what it says on the wall right here? Or just one of the words on there?
Are you the one that keeps on messing with the equipment? Are you playing games with us?
Did you throw something in here earlier?
And the entire time that was red as well, so it's like somebody's standing right in front of it. Also, by the way, I'm getting like very, very dizzy again and sick in this room.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm really, really feeling it. It's like oh my gosh. It's like every single time I come into this room, like I'm feeling it.
Let's listen back to this, see if we got any voices. Alright, EVP session, Truckee with Murder House in the main room. My name's Patrick. Can you come up and tell me what your name is, please? Kelly. Whoa! Okay, so the OVILUS answered when this came through.
Kelly, are you here with us?
Are we gonna hear your voice on this recording? I heard something
a woman.
Yes, I heard something just then.
I heard a woman and it was coming from like this way.
Yes.
It just sounded like a
Yeah.
like
Totally heard that. I still don't like that thing.
yeah, I know.
Doing
It's
shit I've never seen it do
almost
before out
feels
here.
like somebody's just standing there just watching us. You know what I mean? They're just
Too
standing
bad you're
watching.
not an SLS person. We could see if it's mapping somebody there.
Well, go grab your SLS.
Turn on SLS.
Michael's an SLS person.
I enjoy all equipment.
Patrick is going to switch me over to being an SLS believer.
Maybe not an SLS believer, but at least an SLS utilizer.
I'm not trying to discriminate here, but I've just personally not used it that much. I guess I just don't understand it as well as all the other paranormal investigators do.
Like
So you basically want the full-bodied apparition every
Right.
time, no
Yeah.
shadow figure.
Yeah, I just
no
want like
EVP,
a
you want the whole
full.
sentence.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I actually want
No, I
them
get
to call me on the phone
I know, right?
I
I'm
just
just gonna
say,
email.
I'm here.
and just say I'm here, so you guys can just go back to the hotel and get a good night's rest.
Exactly right. I mean, because you're right. Like, if it's standing right here, it could potentially see that as like somebody and map that. But usually I'll be like, okay, that's mapping the wall, or like a tripod or something
Yeah.
like that. But we've caught things just against the wall
Yeah.
where there's nothing there, and then it'll interact with us.
Yeah.
One of them was like, it looked like it was punching me in the face, and I could feel stuff on my face as it was doing it. Wow. All right, who is making these temperature fluctuations?
Did
over
you
here?
hear that noise? Nobody
What?
heard that?
I didn't hear anything.
It sounded like it came from the basement over there, though. It sounded like something dropped into there. But anyway, keep asking your questions. I might just be hearing things.
Anyway. Ooh. I did hear something move down there.
There's something in the basement. Kelly, is that you?
Oh yeah, it said Kelly, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You said, Kelly, is that you? And now it's turning blue.
Oh,
Bright blue.
so it is.
Kelly, can you show yourself on here? Ooh.
Oh no, it's going back to red.
So creepy.
Oh, I just instantly started getting sick again. Like, it's this
You know what's so crazy?
spot.
Is just walk out here and feel the difference. It's like 10 degrees, 15 degrees colder
Yeah,
right out here.
yeah.
There's no reason that thing should be.
Well, yeah, I know.
should
Like,
be-
that's what,
should
like,
be
honestly,
changing it like that.
that's like what got me is it is so much cooler out here. Now we're in the desert and it does definitely get cooler at night here. Oh, but this floor is sketchy.
Ooh. Right when
Oh.
you said that.
And I can hear things too.
Right when you said that,
Yeah.
it's literally mapping somebody laying on the floor.
Are you serious?
Yeah, right in front of you. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, so that one disappeared, and now this was you, but it like fell to the floor. They like switched, and now this one's reaching up and grabbing your leg.
I just saw a big flash over there behind the trees. I don't think you can see that far with the flashlight. Oh, see
Ooh.
it again. Did you see it again? Is that thunder?
It could be just lightning. It looked like lightning, but that's weird.
Yeah, I just saw it. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I just stepped out.
Huge flash. Just keep looking over there and you'll see it.
You're so shiny.
You're so shiny. You don't believe in powder?
Listen, what I was gonna say was blue lights have actually followed me my entire life, and we have had this conversation before, and I've talked to you about this over a very nice dinner that I paid for. You're welcome. And
All I had was soup.
I had a goddamn lobster bisque.
It was a $5 soup.
but anyway,
Jesus, not even
There was just a red light.
seriously?
I'm honest to God, it was a red. It looked almost like a laser pointer.
What? I did not see that because I had the camera shining right in my face.
Well, you had yours
but
out there, so you might have caught it.
You hear that moving underneath us?
Ooh.
I'm not moving at all.
I heard something that almost sounded like swallowing. It was like...
This is off.
Oh my gosh, it is off.
What?
It's off.
Another piece of equipment, seriously?
These batteries last for like several investigations. It's not like one and it's just about done and then we have to, you know, recharge them. Once they're charged, it's like they're good on this thing. They're good for like 8 investigations.
It just blows my mind, like, how much equipment is just dying, basically. It's really difficult to conduct an investigation when equipment just keeps dying, your camera just stops all of a sudden. That just in general is really good evidence, and I'm happy with that.
Because it's not just like one thing that died. It's like your camera died 3 times. Every battery I brought died. I don't know. What the fuck was that? I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
Did you not hear that?
What?
Did you hear that? It sounded like something went like...
Yeah, I heard that.
It sounded like that said dinner. It was like, dinner?
Dinners. Oh.
Dinner! Oh.
Flashlight just go out?
Yeah. And this is another thing that, like, this thing will last 100 days.
It's honestly everything that's like your equipment. Oh, and it's doing that thing again.
I've never seen it strobe either.
Grilled.
Sounds like grilled, yeah.
Ugh.
Who are we talking to right now? Did that say bitch?
It sounded like it said bitch. But it was...
Hey, something just called you a bitch, Michael.
Why would it automatically be me?
It wasn't me.
Child.
Child!
I mean, it would make sense that a child is in there. I mean, you did catch even a freaking child's hand, so...
Yeah, that was the craziest part about it, is it didn't look like a big arm. It looked like
It looked like a little
hand.
hand, yeah. Well, I was gonna go in there for a little bit by myself. Hey, you! Did you hear that?
Yeah. There was like a white ball that like came out of the door and like went at your feet and then disappeared into the dirt when you walked in.
So Patrick was just saying the second I walked in here by myself, he saw a white orb by my feet. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time in here by myself. Every single time I come into this room though, I've been feeling really nauseous. Okay, so I'm really going to challenge you now, and I'm actually going to ask you to throw something. I usually don't do this, but I know that there's something here with me right now, and you've already thrown a couple of things in this room when we leave. Now I want to see it with my own eyes. Can you throw something? Can you knock something over for me? Use any kind of energy that you need. And I promise you're safe here. I won't hurt you. If there are any children here, can you come forward for me? Okay, I need you to go over and touch this device. Oh, what was that? Something just like went doo-doo-doo. I think it was the OVILUS just turned off, but that's weird because it usually says OVILUS off. Are you turning equipment off again? Why do you keep turning our equipment? Is it because you don't want us to investigate here? Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Why do you keep turning our equipment off? What's the reasoning behind that? Leave? I think whatever is here wants us to go. Ooh. I just heard rustling. Like something just ran past that doorway. They're way over there in the distance. What you gals chit-chatting about over here?
OnlyFans.
Oh. So overall, I feel like this was a really creepy investigation. We are gonna come back tomorrow morning to get some like B-roll shots and stuff like that during the day, but also just kind of see if like maybe leave like a trigger object here and see if it gets moved. That would be kind of creepy, only because we've had so many things like fly and fall and get knocked over and things like that. So you're gonna see Patrick a lot more in the next upcoming few episodes because we're basically, there we go. So if you don't know who Patrick is already, where have you been? Go and follow him over on the haunted side, and I'll also link his YouTube in the description below. We're leaving Patrick's water bottle here as a trigger object. So me and Michael will be back here tomorrow to get our B-roll shot.
Yes.
And let's see if that's moved. Okay, moment of truth. Do you think that the water bottle has been moved? Do you think that the spirit's done what we asked them to?
No, I hope so. I hope it's on the floor.
Oh, it's still there where we left it. So the bottle hasn't moved, but let's take another little look around here and see if anything else has kind of noticeably changed. Okay. Michael literally just pointed something out really fast. He just said, "How did your battery get outside?" This is one of my batteries that I brought from my home. I have
How did it get out here?
no idea.
Because every single time we switched batteries, it was inside.
I didn't
Because we
even
had-
touch my batteries.
Yeah, and all of our bags were inside.
Okay, that was a really short time that we came back to the Truckee River murder house because it's like 100 degrees out here in the desert. One thing that is a little bit strange is I have seen these shotgun shells all around this place. Also like articles of children's clothing, which gives me really, really weird vibes. So the quicker we get out of here, the better. Thanks for watching again, guys. If you like this episode, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Until next time, I will see you soon.
Boy, that really was a show.